Watching too dad.
I hope everyone enjoyed the film.
Yes.
Just to start off, I just want to ask you quickly how you both became involved in this project.
Auraeus is Auraeus is a friend of Jong.
Okay.
And we both went to the same high school, although not the same year together. So about a year ago, when I visited the Philippines, he told me that he had an idea for a film about an erotic movie, and he wanted to know whether I'd be interested in helping fund the movie. And so I said yes, and then I got some friends together, Jong, to help fund the movie.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
We started a little late today, so there's only time for a few questions, so I don't want to take up all the time of just me asking questions. Yes, you.
Where was this film?
The film was shot entirely in Manila. The bar was in Sampaloc, and the house actually is the house of Auraeus, the director. That room, I've been there. There was a lot of aquariums. Yes, it was shot in his home. We have to save money on location.
All the aquariums were already there?
They were already there, so it was convenient.
So is that painting on his ceiling already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to have a question?
That's the director's house.
Yes, right back there.
So you mentioned the censorship at the Singapore Film Festival. Was there any issues with the Philippines?
We don't know yet. We think there might be. So the director is actually going to show it in the University of the Philippines Film Center, where there's no censorship. It doesn't have to be submitted to the Board of Censors. We haven't released it in the Philippines yet. It will be in July.
Are there any other questions from the audience? Yes, right there.
One more. How was the casting done for this movie?
Casting couch? Actually, all the dancers and the female impersonators were non-actors. So they were auditioned by the director. There was about 2-3 week period where we sent out a casting call to a lot of the macho dancers in Manila, and pretty much already picked them.
There's a funny side story because I was in the Philippines last month and I went to the bar. So that's a real bar too. So all our actors are real people. The macho dancers are macho dancers. The lady impersonators are lady impersonators. Except for the father and mother who are professional actors. But they came from Auraeus' previous life in the stage, so he asked them to act for him in this movie. But the lead macho dancer basically was not supposed to be this guy. It was someone else. When Auraeus admires the way they dance, so he saw this one guy who danced really well, even better than this guy, and he asked him to audition. But the guy didn't show up at the audition. So it turned out really well because it turns out this guy is a really good actor. So it turned out really well.
We have time probably for 1 or 2 more questions at most. Anyone? Yes, sir.
What kind of equipment? Film cameras?
It was shot in digital high definition. That's all I could tell you.
Auraeus won that camera in one of the film festivals when he was touring his first feature, The Blossoming of Maxim Oliver's, which was also here 2 years ago. So he won that camera, and he actually lends it to other directors in the Philippines because it gets expensive.
That's great, actually. That's a great thing to do. Okay.
Maybe one more.
Sure. There's one last question out there? Yes, right there.
Can you talk a little bit about the whole macho dancers scene in the Philippines and how do people view it?
So this film is Auraeus' ode to the macho dancer genre. So it started with Lino Broca, a famous Filipino director who's had retrospectives in Cannes. He was doing his films back in the 70s and 80s. So he started a macho dancer film, which everybody wanted to go to. I was a teenager at that time and I couldn't get in the theater. But Auraeus apparently got in, and he was only a year older than me. So So ever since that film, there have been macho dancer films for every generation. So there've been at least 3 of these, and so every generation of gay person in the Philippines, has this macho dancer film that they remember. So he wanted to sort of deconstruct that genre a little bit because they're sort of depressing movies. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but you can look them up. They're on Netflix. They are a bit depressing, so he wanted to show these macho dancers the way they really are. They're not really depressing people. They're people who just work for a living. And the way they talk is, what you saw. And there's a lot of acting also, but at the same time, this is the real story. And Auraeus essentially, he knows that the erotic genre is very important to people because it helps them define their sexuality. So the first time he went to a macho dance, it's sort of semi-autobiographical, and the first time he went to a macho dancing bar essentially is when he actually, decided that I'm actually gay because I get turned on by these macho dancers. So he thinks it's important to do erotic films because they help people to define their sexuality earlier on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank all of you for coming too.